So in this video, we'll see how to take input from user using BufferedReader. So to take input from user, we can use something called a scanner class. But this time, we'll try to use a IO package class, which is BufferedReader, to take input from user. Now to take input from user, first we require a variable. So this time, we'll say the variable is string, and just the name of the variable is string, this s, and initially the value will be the blank, a single quote. Okay. So, so we have a string variable here, which is s, and the value is blank. Now what we'll do is, we'll take this input from user. So in order to take the input from user, there's a method called as readline. So readline method allows you to take input from the console. Now this readline method belongs to a class called as BufferedReader. So in Java, there's a class called as BufferedReader. So in order to use this readline, we need to create object of BufferedReader. Now, so we'll say br equal to new buffered reader and a bracket, right? So we'll give a semicolon here. So let's import this package. So in order to import this package, you can simply say Control-Shift-O, which will organize all the required packages in Eclipse. So we have this BufferedReader br equal to new BufferedReader, and in this. Now, whenever we talk about BufferedReader, it needs an object of a stream reader. You can see there will be a suggestion. It requires an object of reader. So to create object of reader, we'll use a reader which is InputStreamReader. Now, InputStreamReader is again an inbuilt class in Java, which belongs to a package called as java.io, and we'll name this as is equal to. So since it's a class, you can directly say new input stream reader. Now in this bracket, now let's see the thing it asks for. Okay. Now input stream reader will ask you for a point from where you will get the output. Now to specify the from where I will be getting the output is we have to input, we have to say system.in, which specifies that the output will be coming from this input device of your system, which is keyboard. So system in is the object which belongs to a class called as system. Now, so once you got the object of input stream reader, you can pass that object here and we'll say this is is. So we have buffered reader br equal to new buffered reader, in bracket we are passing is. Now what next? Now, so we can simply say br.readline now. So br.readline will give you a string value. So you can see the signature of readline, it returns a string value. Now in order to print to save this value, we'll say s equal to br.readline. Simple. So this is how we can get the input from user. So let's ask for input first. So we'll say system.out.println, and we'll ask a user to input a value. So we'll say enter a string. So user will enter a string now, and that string will go to this s, and then we can simply print that s value so that we can confirm that we are getting that input. And let's print the value of s, okay, with something. Let's say input was, and we'll say a plus here, s. So the value which is stored in s will get printed with input was and that value of s. So if I say the input is ABC, so the output will be input was ABC. So let's run this code now. If I say run as application, you can simply see the it's waiting for the input string. I will say good morning. Google will say good morning. Since it's a input text, we are getting in green color. When I say enter, you can see the input was good morning. So this is how we need to take input from user using a buffered reader class. Now if you see here, do you think this code is efficient? And the answer is no. It's because we have this object here which is is. Now if you can observe how many times we are using this object, only once, right? So what we can do, we can use something called as anonymous object there. So instead of defining that object outside, we can simply cut that code and we can write it here. Okay, then so that's why we can remove this line here, which is InputStreamReader. So you can simply say BufferedReader br equal to new BufferedReader in bracket new InputStreamReader system.in, and then you can say s equal to br.readline. Now, so normally whenever you want to create object of BufferedReader, you can simply say BufferedReader br equal to new BufferedReader in bracket new InputStreamReader system.in. Okay, so system.in specifies from where the output will be coming. InputStreamReader will specify the type or the way it will be coming. That means the stream format. And then using this BufferedReader, you can fetch the data from the console. Okay. Now if you can see, I have returned a throws exception here. What happens if I remove that throws exception? You can see there is an error. It says unhandled exception type IO exception. It's because this readline method says there might be a chance that user will provide a wrong input. So obviously I will give you a error. So to handle that error, so since NetBeans is giving me the error, that means it is a checked exception. So we have to handle this exception. Either we have to handle using try catch, or you can just use a throws exception, which will suppress the error. So you can also specify the specific type of error exception, which is IO. So since we are not working with exception, we are working with IO exception here. We need to import the package because IO exception belongs to our package, which is IO. And all the default classes like exception, system, they belong to our package called lang. Simple. So this is how we need to take input from user using buffered reader.